Magnets, the Kraken, and Zoo World Zoological.
We're here to champion your success and connect you with this amazing community.
Congratulations from ESPN Northwest Florida.
And the Panama City Beach Chamber of Commerce, reaching Bay County and beyond.
Start your fall adventure in a new Kia from Bill Bird Kia. Our SUV family is built for all-in adventures and endless possibilities. Stop by Bill Bird Kia and test drive a new 2025 Kia Soul, Seltos, Sportage, Sorrento, or Telluride. You're going to find the perfect balance of comfort, safety, and technology. Now offering 0% APR for up to 48 months on the purchase of a new 2025 Kia Sorrento or a new 2025 Kia Sportage. Bill Bird Kia, the home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by and see us at 2435 East 15th Street or anytime at BillBirdKiaPanamaCity.com. The road is yours in a new Kia from Bill Bird Kia.
Offer from Kia Finance America for the purchase of a new 2025 Kia Sorrento or 2025 Kia Sportage with $20.83 per 1,000 financed at 48 months. Quantities limited, cannot be combined with other finance offers. The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is a Bill Bird Kia warranty. See dealer for complete details. Offer for well-qualified buyers. Must take delivery from dealer stock through 9/30/25.
WVLQ Point St. Joe, WGSX, powered by Panama City Toyota.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
And now, the Gulf Coast's newest sports talk host.
Hey, there's the new guy.
Paul Wilson.
This is a problem for Alabama.
Paul is your pipeline to the heart of the action.
That is not winning football.
Hot takes, big reactions, and your calls are incoming.
Billy Napier's play calling sucks. He's a terrible head coach.
The Sports Blitz.
I'm blown away how bad Florida is. As a Seminole fan, I'm enjoying it.
You better be able to run the football against Georgia or you're going to be finding yourself in a big, big, big hole.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
It's 5 o'clock. I'm sorry, it's 4 o'clock. Stepping out early. Here on the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson here, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. I'm so excited about the 5 o'clock hour. I'm already talking about it. We're pumped up here. It's exciting. We're excited for you to be with us today. It is Wednesday, and as always, Wednesday, we got Tennessee Brandon, we got LSU Jeff, we got the Bone Crusher in the building. We're having a blast already. And you know what, guys? It is fun. So, Brandon, how you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing great. Glad to be here. We got some playoff baseball approaching soon, but we got 5 games left.
Oh, yeah.
We got some teams fighting for some seeding and some playoff berths and division titles. You know, got some good college football lined up for this weekend. Great NFL games this past weekend and coming up. So, yeah, man, I'm ready to get it started.
Big time stuff. Jeff, how you doing, man? You looking good?
I'm doing good. I'm just here to judge the contest.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the best pinstripes.
Yeah.
Who wore it best. Yeah. We both got pinstripe jerseys on.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we know who's original, though.
Yeah.
We know who wore it better.
Depends on what colors you like.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, he's like regurgitating over here.
Yes, nasty orange already on me. Bone Crusher, how you doing? You got stripes, but they're going sideways.
Well, I had a birthday this week, and you know what I did for my birthday? I went to work because I'm a grown-ass man. I'm tired of these kids and this young generation. They think it's their birthday. It's like it's a holiday. It's
Happy
not.
belated birthday, Bone Crusher.
I'm gonna not go to work and make everyone else at work stay late and do extra because I'm special.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That is so true. It is crazy that people actually do miss work for their birthday. It'd be like a birthday during the week, and they're just like, yeah, my birthday's tomorrow. I'll see y'all on Thursday, or I'll see y'all on Friday or whatever. And it's like, what? You're missing because of your birthday? Now, I always like to get cake on the day that you have a birthday at work so we can all celebrate you. That's like a cool thing. We can all either put in for it. You know, Publix, they do a good cake over there, so go get get a Publix cake.
How do you feel about people taking off the day after their team won Super Bowl?
I don't care. I think it's great because if you win the college football, I do the same.
Oh yeah,
not really. I walk
that's
around
only
my
Alabama.
chest.
That's only Alabama that celebrates that because they're the only one winning it.
Only one that wins.
Yeah.
It's a very good day to. I don't think you should take your birthday off. I meant your Super Bowl off because if you
wear your team jersey, wear it, holler at everybody.
Yeah, tell everybody how great you are.
The only way you'd stay at home is probably because you had too many cervezas at home the night before.
That's probably a good reason. Yeah. But either way, I agree with you though, Bone Crusher. That's a great point. You shouldn't take off your birthday from work if you're a grown-up.
Grown-ass man.
Yeah, if you're grown up.
You know what? Bone Crusher's a new man. You know why?
Tell me.
Keto diet.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Them pork chops are surely paying off, dog.
Pork chops and cream cheese diet.
That's right.
That don't sound bad.
It's pretty good. It sounds really bad. Yeah, he's healthy in there. Yeah, stay healthy.
No, I think y'all think of cottage cheese. Cream cheese is good stuff.
Cream cheese is good.
Yeah, you have that cottage cheese.
Yeah, but cream cheese with pork
anything.
chops?
I'll put it in my spinach dip, man. I'll be dipping away, You ever do with potato chips and all that? Cream cheese?
No.
Like they have this flavored stuff, like garlic and herb and all that? The flavor.
Yeah, like sour cream and onion? Or is that that's like a chip dip, though?
Yeah, that's a chip.
That's not the same thing.
The Dean's and all the Frito-Lay and all those kind of dips. No, you get like Philly has like a little tub, and they have different flavored cream cheeses.
And you put your chips in
You dip
that.
like Ruffles or whatever in it. Yeah, it's great.
Really?
Good stuff.
I have to try that. If my wife's listening, why don't you grab us some of that tonight?
She ain't listening to you.
Either way.
He's always incognito. He's like, person with the last name of Wilson. It's like, we know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
And he didn't like my jokes about her because, I'm off color, Got my off color jokes.
Okay, yes, we'll move on.
All right, let's move on to baseball.
Yeah, so actually, the reason why I'm wearing the pinstripes today, guys, because you know it, and I know it, and everybody knows it. The New York Yankees are going to the playoffs. We clinched last night. That's right, and we are ready for the playoffs. But if you look at it, there's some big-time baseball going on. It's exciting, and I can't believe it. Now, let me ask you two this. When you look at it, you got the Guardians and the Tigers.
Oh, yeah.
Now, don't forget, the Tigers in September, I believe it was early September or late August, they were 90% going to make sure that they're in the playoffs.
The Guardians are 90%?
No. The Tigers.
Oh, I'm sorry, the
Tigers.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And they have fallen off. Now, let me ask you this. But you've got to look at the last 10 games.
Yeah.
The last 10 games, they've went 1-9. But on the flip side of it, the Guardians have went 9-1. So what is the better of the two, or the shocker of the two? Is it that the Tigers have fallen off, or is it that the Guardians have caught fire? Which one to you surprises you the most about both of those situations?
Now, late August, didn't Detroit, correct me if I'm wrong, have one of the best records in the Major League Baseball?
In all of baseball.
They were second.
They were second
Okay,
to the Brewers.
The Brewers.
The Detroit Tigers team, the second best record in the baseball. I think that's the most surprising, seeing them fall. I mean, more so than seeing Cleveland Guardians, went and go 9-1 in their last 10 games. Just to see the descending, the trajectory of the Detroit Tigers, I think is surprising to me.
The Cleveland fans are going crazy. They've got a right to be, but my goodness, the Detroit Tigers, they've got probably the Cy Young Award winner, Tarek Skubal.
Yeah, he's great.
I mean, he's had one of the best years in Detroit history, but they're losing. Mm-hmm. And that's the problem. So do you think it's more that it's the Tigers falling or the Guardians winning?
It's the Tigers is a shocker because not only, if your first place team goes 1-9, you're like, oh my God. If a second place team goes 9-1, it's like, okay, they're just trying to chase somebody. So let's chase somebody down. But meanwhile, you're looking over here at Guardians Tigers. You know how many games the Yankees are behind the Blue Jays? One game.
Yeah, one.
That's insane.
Yeah.
So while you're paying attention over here, the magician is doing something over here.
Yeah.
I'm saying don't take your foot off the pedal.
Yeah.
The Yankees go for that bye.
Right.
Because it's going to be the 1 or 2 because the West doesn't have a good enough to have the 1 or 2 seed.
Right.
You would jump from 4 to 2 like that.
And then don't sell yourself short. Look at where the Boston Red Sox are. They're still
5?
right there.
Well, are they 5?
Yeah, but they're one
No, they're
game.
4.
Isn't
4
it
games
one game
back.
out, right? As far as
the
one
wild
game
card?
of the wild card.
Oh, yeah, but they're 3 behind the Yankees. They're 3 behind the Yankees, I think.
But I'm just saying, they haven't clinched yet.
Yeah.
If they've been known to fuddle around too.
I would normally say don't hit the panic button on the Tigers. I would normally say that because there's 80.1% chance of making the playoffs.
Still.
80.1%. Still. Okay.
Wow.
I would not hit the panic button, but the fact that they're 1-9 in the last 10, I hit the panic button on that.
Yeah, because there's something wrong. I mean, they're not. I mean, obviously, last night, if you watch the game, it's a debacle. I mean, Tarek Skubal, or however you pronounce his name, Skubal, he threw the ball between his legs like he was hiking the ball to first base, and he threw it over his head. And the next thing you know, double. You know what I mean?
It's like a little league club with a coach that's not around. They're just playing around.
Oof.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like, but that's the thing. Even when we first started talking about it and we started kind of getting closer and we were at a month away or we were at 20-something days away, you know, a lot of people were just saying, yeah, the Tigers, they'll just put it on cruise control and wait. And now they're in a absolute dogfight.
Yeah.
And the thing is, guess who is coaching the Guardians?
I don't know.
Tito.
Oh, Martinez?
No.
I was about to say.
No, the old coach from the Boston Red Sox that broke the curse.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so he's there.
Could you imagine that resume? Doing that and then do something else after it? Wow.
Yeah.
That's something else.
So when you look at it, that's crazy for, you know, them to make it.
Yeah, I mean, you got the Blue Jays who are 5-5 in their last 10 games. They've got a playoff, a postseason team with the Boston Red Sox their next game. With you got Yankees playing the Chicago White Sox. So, I mean, your Yankees are looking pretty decent. They might be able to slide in there with these last 5 games.
I mean, that's
capture that bye. I mean, that is a sneaky thing to do right now. Not something I think a whole lot of people were looking at.
And that's the biggest thing. Like, who is going to take over? Because you said it so right. That's the deal. It's the definite first round bye, and that's what you want. You want that because you want to be able to get yourself ready. Now I know a lot of people talk about this, that, or the other, about staying hot and all that kind of stuff. And I made a mistake on that. I want to correct that. Stephen Vaught is the coach for the Guardians.
Oh, okay.
Tito is the coach for the Reds. That's who.
And they're making their move.
Terry Francona.
Oh,
Terry
yeah,
Francona. Yeah. So I wanted to clarify that real quick because I was thinking but I was thinking of the Reds. But either way, when you look at it, is there that chance though that Houston is the odd man out?
Because they're a game behind the Tigers, the last wild card, and they're on a 4-game losing streak.
That's it.
Yeah.
They're imploding.
Well, Tigers are on a 7-game losing streak, so
yeah.
I mean, so way the odds.
Panic.
We had them both in the playoffs, and only one of those two teams can make it.
So you're really looking at what the last 5 games of their schedule. So the Astros having the Athletics next, and Detroit having Cleveland, which is fighting for a spot. That's going to be a tough game. They're not.
So that series will determine the Central.
Yes,
right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got 2 games left. Is that what they have? I'm talking about 2 games against each other.
Together.
Yeah, I can look that up. Give me just a second.
No. They got 5 games left, right?
Yeah, they got 2 and 3. They got tonight and tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then who do they go to? Who does the Guardians go to, or the Tigers?
The Tigers will go to Boston for their last series, which is going to be a really tough series.
That's going to be a big deal.
You think the Red Sox are going to be sitting there, people? Because they're the 5 seed. No. Yeah, they're pretty much the 5 seed.
If the Guardians beat the Tigers twice,
let's say they split. Let's just say they split.
They should clinch if they beat the Tigers twice.
They should
they have the tiebreaker.
Okay, but the Tigers and who is fighting for
the last wild card?
The last wild card.
Tigers and Astros are for
not the Red Sox?
No, the Red Sox are the 5.
Red Sox are a game ahead of the Tigers for
one game ahead, though.
One game, yeah.
But what I'm telling you though is the Tigers, if they sweep them, now what are you going to say? Because you got Houston, they're 1 game ahead of the Tigers, 1 game, and they play them. So you got 3 games that you go in there and win all 3, or There you go.
Tigers finish out with A's tonight and tomorrow. Then they have the Angels the last 3 games.
Tigers are not going to win 2 games on the Guardians. Not with the way that they're hot and cold right now. They're not. Split, I would see a split.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's why we talk about it.
Yeah. So the split happens. They're still tied for first, the Tigers and the Guardians, right?
Yeah.
And then you've got possible Red Sox. We'll see what they do. And then in the last series, the Red Sox might end up sitting people the last game or the second to last game, 1 or 2 games at the very end. We don't know. We'll have to see what the Astros do because the Astros are imploding.
Yeah, if the Astros don't make it, that will be a little bit of a shock because they were hot too at the beginning of the year, and especially after the All-Star break. They were really hot.
So the craziest thing that could happen, because this has been a crazy race so far, is that, I had the Astros in, right?
Yeah.
And I had the Guardians out.
Right.
If the Guardians fell out and Astros got in.
That would be crazy.
It's even a possibility. I mean, even though one's hot and one's cold.
It's a possibility, but it's highly unlikely, I think.
Highly unlikely.
Yeah.
They have to have 5 games. Let's say the Astros go 3-2. They have to hope that the Guardians go 2-3.
It's going to be the Astros and the Tigers fight.
So how do I know how the division tiebreakers work head on, right, first.
Yeah.
How does the wild card, do they do a one game playoff?
They will do
automatically. Automatically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, for baseball fans, if that's not your team, that's what you want to see.
What do you mean if that's
Fun.
not your team?
If your team, you want your team to clinch. You don't want your team to be fighting for that one game because anything can happen in a one game series.
So my next question is, what's the Yankees series against the Blue Jays in the regular season? Because they probably play 6 or 9 times.
Yeah,
something like that.
That would be. I don't know.
I'm gonna look that up, and y'all keep talking.
Yeah, I don't know what that is, but let's switch over now to the National League, and when you look at the National League, you've got something similar to the deal.
Yeah, very similar. You've got the Mets, the Diamondbacks, and the Cards. Look like they're fighting for the last wild card spot. Man, that game against the Mets and the Cubs last night, I don't know if anybody caught that. I believe that was 9-11 or something like that. It was just action-packed. That was a crazy hot game right there.
And it matters because when you look at it, you've got the Reds, they're fighting. You've got the Mets, they're fighting. And then the other team that we haven't talked about is who? Who's the other team?
You're talking about chasing a wild card spot?
Yeah.
Maybe the Cardinals. But, I mean, they're
out, though, right?
I don't know if they're mathematically out with still 5 games left, but you've got the Cubs, the Padres, Mets, Diamondbacks, and Reds.
Diamondbacks is who I was thinking of. Are they close?
They're one game behind. They're one game back from the Mets.
Okay, so that's the deal. So you got the Mets.
But they have a series. They have tonight and tomorrow, I believe, with the Dodgers. So they've got a tough two more games.
Unless the Dodgers sit because they've already clinched. That's the biggest thing.
You're right.
So you got the Diamondbacks, you got the Reds, and you got the Mets all fighting for one spot. Mm-hmm. And that's going to be – and the Mets last night, which they were down, and it was like they come back with some magic because they didn't – they usually implode a little bit, but they didn't. They came back. I mean, they were down 7-3 or something like that, come back 9-7. And really, when you look at the Mets, now you're like, what are they going to do? Because what have they done what did they do the last 10? See, they went 5-5, and the Arizona went 7-3, and then the Reds went 6-4. Mm-hmm. And that's the deal. You got 5 games left. You got the Mets with a 1-game winning streak, and Arizona's got a 3-game winning streak, and then last night, obviously, the Reds, they lost. But that's the other thing. Who would you give, Jeff, on that one? The Mets, the Diamondbacks, and the Reds. Who would you give the edge to go ahead and make it? The Mets? Because you stuck with them the whole time.
Yeah, I've been sticking with the Mets, but I don't know. I have a thing about the Reds. And okay, now, De La Cruz I was looking at the game, 2 days ago, and he was 3 for 3 with 2 RBIs and 2 home runs, and they were still losing 4-2.
Well, he's a stud, man.
I mean, that dude, he's good. He's a stud. I like him. Mm-hmm. I want the Reds to win. I do.
Well, that's the thing.
I picked the Mets, and I need to stick with my guns, and I'm in 2 losers out of all this whole
Well, the thing is Terry Francona. He's been there before. Yeah. He is a big-time Major League manager, so he knows what he's doing. When you look at the Reds, they're the one. I mean,
that reminds me of Lou Piniella.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he won with 2 different teams. He was at the Reds.
Yes, he was. He was there for a pretty good while. But the thing is, guess who the Reds play? The Pirates.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Basement.
So there you
Basement
go.
Central.
And then Arizona, you said they've got the Dodgers.
Yeah,
which they might be
have the
sitting
Dodgers.
people. And then the Mets, who do they go with?
Cubs. They got the Cubs tonight and tomorrow, I believe.
Yeah, see,
To
the Mets
finish
are
the
still the
series.
Cubs. And the Cubs.
And the Cubs aren't laying down. They had all their starters, everybody playing
yeah,
last
they're
night.
still all playing. So
they're
let me
still
tell you
playing
what
hard.
the Yankees and the Blue Jays situation is. Okay. So the Yankees won a series with them against them, and then they played again, and the Blue Jays swept them June 30th, July 1st, and July 2nd.
Without
And
Aaron Judge.
That was the problem right there. And then they went 1-2, 2-1. So overall, they played 12 times, and the Blue Jays are 7-5. They have the lead, the edge, and the tiebreaker. So in the next 5 games, the Yankees have to do 2 better than the Blue Jays in order to steal the division. If they just climb up 1 game because they're 1 game behind, tiebreaker goes to the Blue Jays. So the Yankees have to either turn it on or just turn it off and just be the 4 seed and have to play the first round.
It's going to depend on what Aaron Boone does. If Aaron Boone does not put the starters back in, if Aaron Boone puts, the guys that are there to let them get some playing time and starts resting Judge, starts resting Stanton, starts resting Bellinger, starts resting Rice, all of those guys, then you'll see that they're going to go ahead and let them have it. Let them go ahead and get that part. But if they stay in, that'll be a good indication that they really want to try to steal that home field.
When will you know? Like tonight? If they start them tonight, you got 5 games left.
Tonight,
At what
tomorrow
point
night.
do you know? Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
if they lose tonight and tomorrow, you'd probably see them start sitting over the weekend.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So that would be the key.
But if you win 2 in a row, you're definitely playing out that last.
You're going to play out the weekend.
Because a 5-game series in the first round.
Yes.
5, best of 5. You have a whole week. You have a whole week of rest. It's crazy. And these guys, they've been throwing their arm out. Yeah.
So that's the big thing. And
so
that's who you want.
It hurts batters because you're out of your rhythm. But it helps pitchers because you're resting.
You get more rest. Yeah. So it's kind of a push-pull type deal because you don't want to give your hitters too much time off because they want to see as many pitches as they can and so that they're ready.
And, I don't know how y'all were when y'all played, but when I played, I wanted to be in that rhythm. I wanted to be tested because in the game, I play better than I do in practice.
Well, reps matter when it comes to batting. That's and that's the thing across the board. You cannot take too many reps, obviously, and that's why they spend hours in the cage and hitting tees and all that.
Did y'all ever play with people that were like exponentially better in games than they were in practice? Did y'all ever play with people like that?
Yeah, there was those type players
It's
that
amazing.
they would show up.
It's amazing. It's like a switch goes off and they're like intense. It's wild. It's so cool. Anyway.
Some of us are good in practice and in games.
Well, Bo Jackson, you know how he was.
That's kind of like my golf game. If I'm hitting good on the range, I know I'm going to be hitting terrible on the course, and vice versa. I've seen it in other aspects for sure.
But I'll tell you this: when I was playing college basketball and high school basketball, if I was hitting everything in warm-ups, I would start off really cold in the game. Really? So I started, this is a true story. I was superstitious, still am a little bit. I know it doesn't matter, but I used to, if Alabama started scoring, I wouldn't move. Even if I had to go use the bathroom, I'd hold it. Just so, because me sitting there made sure that Alabama was going to score again. So, no, but seriously, I would shoot left-handed during warm-ups in college just so that I would miss, so that I wouldn't have that superstition. And that was just a crazy story. But we're going to have to take our first break. And when we come back, you got it. Instant replay sports cards. We're going to talk a little bit about what's going on in the card market. There's some Disney cards we got to talk about. You're listening to the Sports Blitz here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Call or text in now on the Red 7T studio line. 850-215-6290. Mornings on ESPN Northwest Florida just got unsportsmanlike.
You talk about the team as a collective and not letting the success of the Super Bowl get to their heads. I know Jalen Hurts came in and said, I'm not wearing the ring, we've turned the page. But then why don't we give Nick Sirianni the same credit for saying, banner night, whatever, we're moving on. He does the same thing. He's also the coach that is stewarding the team through this chapter and through these wins. He deserves more credit than a lot of people want to give him.
Evan, Canty, and Michelle. Weekdays 5 to 7 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good afternoon. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with Wednesday's weather forecast. Sunny the remainder of the day with temps near 88 and a wind 8 to 12 miles per hour. Mostly clear skies tonight, a light breeze and a temperature of 76. About the same tomorrow, around 87 with a mixture of some sun and possible thunderstorms. Definite thunderstorms and sprinkles Friday and quite warm around 84. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida, Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Start your fall adventure in a new Kia from Bill Bird Kia. Our SUV family is built for all-in adventures and endless possibilities. Stop by Bill Bird Kia and test drive a new 2025 Kia Soul, Seltos, Sportage, Sorrento, or Telluride. You're going to find the perfect balance of comfort, safety, and technology. Now offering 0% APR for up to 48 months on the purchase of a new 2025 Kia Sorrento or a new 2025 Kia Sportage. Bill Bird Kia, the home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by and see us at 2435 East 15th Street or anytime at BillBirdKiaPanamaCity.com. The road is yours in a new Kia from Bill Bird Kia.
Offer from Kia Finance America for the purchase of a new 2025 Kia Sorrento or 2025 Kia Sportage with $20.83 per 1,000 financed at 48 months. Quantities limited. Cannot be combined with other finance offers. The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is a Bill Bird Kia warranty. See dealer for complete details. Offer for well-qualified buyers. Must take delivery from dealer stock through 9/30/25.
College Football Saturday on ESPN Radio. It's a top 10 showdown in the Big Ten. 6th-ranked Oregon travels to Happy Valley to face number 3 Penn State in the whiteout game.
One of the best atmospheres in all of college football. This is the best atmosphere.
We've played in good environments before. They described it as a good one. Number 6 Oregon at 3rd-ranked Penn State.
Coverage starts Saturday at 6 on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
You found us inside the CBC Construction Studios. Now taking your collection to the next level. It's the Instant Replay Sports Cards Box Break with Aaron Bearden on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We're so glad that you've decided to spend your afternoon with us here, whether you're watching on Facebook, whether you're listening on the radio, maybe you're on YouTube, or the ESPN Northwest Florida app. You can do it all right there as well. Don't forget, you can call in, you can text in on the Red 7Ts phone line, 850-215-6290. You can do all of those things. You can let us know. You can tell us whether or not you agree with Jeff or you, like me, most of the time disagree with Jeff. So either way, one or the other. We're so thankful today. You know what day it is. It's Wednesday. We got Aaron Bearden on the phone from Instant Replay Sports Cards. Aaron, how are you doing, my friend?
Fantastic. How about you guys? How's your Wednesday?
Man, we're having a blast. I'm telling you what, we've been talking a lot about baseball. We got the big-time wild card going on, and it's amazing how, even though in the midst of all of this football that we've got, and we all love football around here, but you got these baseball games that are just going crazy, and we love it.
Yeah, coming down to the last week of the season, right? There's still some races undecided.
Yeah, we've definitely got some stuff going on today. I mean, when you look at it, you've got all of these teams vying for like one spot, and it makes it so exciting, but I mean, that's how it works.
Yeah, I like that. I don't think it's going to matter this year, maybe not. But, about 10 years back or so, MLB changed it where the final day of the season, all the games start at the same time. They just added so much more drama to it just to see who was in. And, teams didn't feel like they could rest players because they didn't know what everybody else was doing.
Yeah, and that's the big ticket. Now, let me ask you this. We got to dive into some sports cards today because we got some big questions for you, and then there's a little wrinkle question I want to ask you about after this. So, with the baseball going on right now at the same time as the football, does the market seem to tend to lean more towards the football cards as far as the people coming in, the fans coming in, or is there still like a heavy presence of baseball card collectors that are come in during the football season per se?
Yeah, this area is kind of interesting because nationwide right now, there's kind of a trend in cards that basketball is pretty hot, but here in the Panhandle, baseball is kind of always the king. So even in football season, baseball, pretty much runs neck and neck even after the season's over with football for a while. So, right now it's just really a good time to be a sports card collector because there's a lot of exciting stuff happening across the board. But, I wouldn't say football has eclipsed baseball at this point in the season, but, maybe like November, December, those NFL postseason pictures start to come into play.
That's interesting. I was always wondering about that. Now, let me ask you this question. Topps Chrome, does that mean anything to you right now? Yeah. For one thing, Topps Chrome Baseball, you're going to start having those MVP buybacks once the MVPs are decided in Major League Baseball. But also, you're going to have something similar in all the other sports as well. Topps really likes that buyback idea. What I mean by that is, if you pull a Topps Chrome, just the base card, any variation of that base card, of whoever wins the MVP. Aaron Judge. Go ahead and say Aaron Judge. Go ahead and say Aaron Judge. Thank you for Jeff. That's for Jeff.
Any of those. National League as well, whoever. You bring that into the shop, that card is worth $20 in store credit right there. It goes up if it's a refractor or something special. But it's a good way to, make a little bonus value off cards that, a base Aaron Judge out of Topps Chrome would be, a $2 or $3 card. Suddenly it's $20 or $40 if it's refractor. Topps is going to be doing that for football, for basketball, for all their offerings, and they're kind of streamlining all their stuff. Topps Chrome Disney just came out, even though it's not a sports product. But the cool thing is, all the things you're used to collecting in, say, Topps Chrome Baseball, if you have open enough to learn what the good cards are and what you should be looking for, those same rules are going to apply, whether it's Disney or Star Wars or Dune or, wrestling or football or basketball or anything.
Hey, Aaron, Tennessee Brandon over here. Excuse me there. I'll be coming back and seeing you and turning in my Shohei Ohtani refractor card for a buyback here soon when he wins the MVP. Yep. But, I did want to elaborate a little bit on a couple of things. I have two questions. One, since we're already talking about it, the Chrome Disney that just come out today. Now, I'm a sports card collector, but obviously being in sports cards, you see Topps Chrome, and the Topps Chrome Disney is just evading all of my feed. Now, you get cards in today? You get any hobby boxes, delight boxes, blasters, megas, anything like that?
Yep. Yeah, we got the Chrome Disney in, and I think we got another order in for some more Chrome Disney today. It's a really interesting product. They're doing some fun things with it. Topps has got this idea that, sports shouldn't be the only things that have rookie cards. So they started doing, like with Star Wars and all, making, we'll say, like first appearance cards.
I got you, like rookie characters.
So, yeah. So to be like, this is the first time this character has been in something. So if they're in a new Disney movie or a new Star Wars show or something like that, then they'll get the equivalent of a rookie card in that product.
Now, I've seen they have refractors, numbered cards, signature cards. I mean, so like you said, if you collect any other sports cards and you open up a pack of Disney cards, kind of the same rules apply. You kind of know, your refractors, your numbers, your autographs, and those combined are probably your more worth, sought out cards, correct?
Absolutely, yeah. And what they're trying to streamline is, let's say you open, some Chrome Baseball and you get a green refractor, that's numbered to like 99.
Yeah.
So across the board, sports, non-sports, whatever, they want green refractors to all be numbered the same way in all the products. So you kind of know at a glance when you've got something worth holding on to.
I got you. So I got one more question. We'll get away from the Topps Disney Chrome. I may have to come by and see you on a blaster box on that or something of that nature. But I've got a question about Panini and their license. How in late this year and in 26, their NBA and their NFL license is expiring. Now, kind of a twofold question. What happens to those cards that are licensed once their license expires? And what happens to their cards once their license expires? I mean, do their ones that were licensed become more expensive? Or what? How is that market going to go?
Right. Really, the answer to both questions really is nothing. Nothing really happens to them. And, a good example. So look back on card companies from maybe 10, 20, 30 years ago that were in business, that went out of business. Them no longer producing a card, no longer having a license or any of that, it doesn't really change the value of the card. If the card was desirable, if it was limited and, had connected with the card buying public, then it retained its value. If it didn't, then really nothing became of it. And there are a lot of defunct card companies, say from the 90s and 2000s, whose cards just, they just sort of sit there and tread water. So with Panini, first of all, I always caution people to say they are allegedly losing the license. And the reason for that is, yes, Fanatics has spent the money to get the licenses, but they are in court over it. Panini is alleging that there are some unfair business practices, and then they have a case saying that there's some unlawful things that Fanatics has done to them and in the pursuit of acquiring those licenses. So we had a Panini rep, actually the VP of sales of Panini, in the shop a while back. Okay. And his attitude on it, he said, we don't consider it a done deal yet. He said, we think we've got a pretty strong case. So, there's a lot going on behind the scenes. One way or the other, there will still be cards produced. Look, Panini lost the right to, I hate to say lost the license. There's something different between unlicensed cards. You'll see those on eBay. They're ones people make it at home.
Yeah, I got some Topps Chrome NBA, and it's just weird seeing players without the team names and things of that on there. Yeah, it almost looks like a knockoff card in a way.
Yeah, but they still have the license to put the player's likeness on there, to get the autographs, all of that. They're not unlicensed. That's, some really bad information somebody spread online, and a lot of new collectors just went with it and didn't think about it too much. So, but Panini lost the ability to put MLB team logos on cards, or to say, Yankees or Cardinals or Braves or whatever, about 10 years ago. Panini has kept making baseball cards. They make Donruss. They have those cool throwback rated rookies that we all remember from the 80s and 90s, the Diamond Kings, all that stuff. They're still very popular. And sometimes Panini goes after players that maybe Topps doesn't focus on, and vice versa. And, once in a while, the guy that Panini focused on really hits big. And, maybe you got a better shot at getting him out of their product with an autograph or something. It's just as legit. You're not paying as much because Panini doesn't have to pay the teams to use all their logos on the cards. So sometimes, if you like value, Panini may be the way to go on that. Sometimes you get a Panini box with 3 or 4 autographs in it for the same price you're paying for a Topps product with 1 autograph.
We're talking with Aaron Bearden here at Instant Replay Sports Cards. Aaron, I know that you and Brandon kind of talked a little bit about the Disney, but I want to rewind a little bit and go back into it so some of our female listeners can understand what we're talking about. They are going, and correct me if I'm wrong, they're going to have Topps Chrome Disney cards. That could mean the princesses that are there. That could mean Woody. I mean, I saw the card that Tom Hanks signed that's got Woody on there, and it looked awesome.
Nice
and
one-of-one.
Yeah, 1 of 1.
Yeah.
And so there's a possibility of having a Buzz Lightyear with Tim Allen's signature maybe, or, Jessie with whoever does her voice. And
or your signature on Goofy.
Wrong.
Hey, there's a really cool one with Billy Crystal and is it John Goodman? I think it's Mike and Mike from Monsters.
Yeah, Monsters.
Oh, yeah,
that'd be awesome.
One of the big ones you can pull is Elsa from Frozen, signed by Idina Menzel.
Ooh,
yeah,
that's a really nice one because she's somebody who has not been on trading cards really in the past. Some of those other folks, you could get them on like a Leaf Pop Century card or, a Donruss Americana a few years ago, something like that. But, there's some people in the Topps Disney products, some signers who have not signed trading cards before.
That's cool.
And they're great-looking cards. If you're a fan of, collecting Disney things and all that, to have an extra, a brand-new chrome Mickey Mouse card or Stitch or whoever you're into.
Are there?
They're really good looking.
Are there Marvel or DC cards?
Yes, absolutely. Topps has the license for Marvel as of this year.
Wow.
Upper Deck has the license for DC. They use basically the same sets. They follow the same rules and patterns that their sports offerings follow. So with Upper Deck, if you like some of those things, Allure and, some of those things you might see in hockey or in AEW wrestling cards, there are DC versions of those as well.
That is so cool.
Yes. Yeah, they're really hitting kind of every IP out there. Right now, the last couple of years since Fanatics kind of entered the game, it's been a race with all these companies to lock up all the IPs they can so they have something to make cards of because, Fanatics is seemingly on a mission to acquire everything. So, Upper Deck goes out and they get DC, they get Halo. All these companies are trying to grab something, whether it's sports or games or whatever. So they got something exclusive.
Yeah, and that's like a good gift for men that their wives like or their new girlfriends like Disney, it could be a good present, a good surprise to let them open. Because, guys, we always open the sports cards, and the ladies, they're like, who cares about that? But the women could really get into the Disney cards. And, I think, and don't you think that's a good idea, Aaron? We got, somebody that's in here that's got a girlfriend, and she would love to have, I think both of these guys have girlfriends in here that they would love a brand new hobby box. Let's don't go small. Let's just buy our girlfriends $500 hobby boxes. I will be in, Aaron, this week to buy my girlfriend a blaster of your Disney Chrome.
Okay.
No
doubt about it. So, one thing, Bowman Chrome, that come out yesterday, correct?
Yes, it did. Yeah.
Okay, I forgot about that one almost.
Yeah, arguably, maybe the biggest baseball release of the year really just hit the market yesterday. I actually have not even opened any of it yet. I've been so busy with other things. I was gone all last week. I got to leave first thing in the morning for a few days. So, I've not really taken a look at Bowman Chrome.
My buddy come in and bought a Delight box from your store, I believe, yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So, he's been teasing me on it and how nice those cards are. And so I'm going to have to work my way in there and get me some, too.
Yeah, it's a product that flies off the shelf. I always tell people, don't wait 4 or 5 weeks to think about getting Bowman Chrome. It's just going to go up. It's going to get harder to find. Come in and get it as soon as it comes out, so you're guaranteed to have a box, whether you want to open it now or put it away and see what happens with it. You're hard-pressed to go back and find a year Bowman Chrome where the box isn't worth a lot more now than it was when it first came out.
It's so crazy to see these unopened boxes from 3, 4, 5 years ago go for 4 or 5 times the amount in which you bought it. So it is crazy.
Yeah.
I'm the type of guy, I got an unopened box of baseball cards. I've got to open it. I'd have to buy one to look at and buy one to open. And that's just not happening right now.
Yeah. Well, like I say, whether you want to open it or not, man, Bowman Chrome, get it when it first comes out because it doesn't go down in price.
That's cool. So, Aaron, tell us what you got going on at the store this week and maybe even into the weekend so that everybody can come over there and get all of this stuff. I just saw a specific lady with the last name Wilson. She was just listening in, and she is asking about some Disney princesses. So we might be making a trip over there as well.
Gotcha. Yeah. So this weekend, Friday night, we have our kids club. You bring those kids in We do very affordable box breaks with the kids. They can trade with other kids that like cards, maybe make some new friends. Kids always leave with way more than their money's worth. We had a gentleman today sit here and open a box and leave 99% of the cards. Here, he said,
Wow.
here, give these to the
That's a
kids on Friday
collector
night.
right there.
So you bring those kids in, man, they're going to go home happy. They're going to go home with a ton of cards. Bring them in Friday night, 6 o'clock. Saturday at noon, we got box breaks here in the shop. Got hobby boxes, probably be doing some of that. Bowman.
Yeah.
Some of the other new product as well. I know there's some new football stuff out there. Donruss football just came out. We got some, I believe some new basketball just came in too. So there's all kind of new stuff out there. Basically every sport got a release in this week or last week, as well as some of that Disney. I think that'd be fun to watch that get opened up and see how they want to break that. So, yeah, a lot of events going on. We got our October Pokemon Kids Play and Trade event coming up in a couple of weeks. So check our Facebook, and all those events will be listed on there.
Give us the address real quick for the listeners so they can know where all this is going on.
Yeah, we're at 752 West 23rd Street. That's in the Stanford Station. For those of you who don't know Stanford Station, that's where Academy Sports is located. Also, Sweet Frog. Everybody knows the Sweet Frog. We are right next door to the Frog. Come out, get your yogurt. Come get you some trading cards while you're at it.
Yeah,
We're
that's
7 days a week.
That's awesome. Well, we definitely appreciate it. I'm sure either Brandon or Jeff's going to go over there this weekend, buy us some cards, and we might do a live break right here on the station next week sometime, and that would be kind of cool. Maybe we can get some. Maybe we can get a couple of different packs, maybe a Disney and maybe a Topps Chrome or something like that. Either way, Aaron, we appreciate you being with us, and have a good weekend, my friend.
Absolutely. You guys take care. Everybody out there, be good. Come see us.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you. When we come back, we're going to dive into all things college football. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson here, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Calling now.
This is touchstone service.
The Red 70 studio line is open.
Demonstrate how to make a call with your dial telephone.
850-215-6290. It's here. The 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida app version 2.0. Now featuring ultra high fidelity. You'll feel like you're in the game. Plus more opportunities to win weekly prizes from local businesses when you click it to win it. Download the 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida app today at Google Play or the Apple Store.
Saturday, September 27th, come to the grand opening land sale at the ranches at Creekside Preserve and get your gorgeous 20 to 50 acre estate in desirable Baldwin County on sale from only $139.9. That's right. Get 20 to 50 acres in Baldwin County from just $139.9 with excellent financing available. Ranches at Creekside Preserve features private large acreage tracts with beautiful woodlands, rolling meadows, and a peaceful creek, all surrounded by pristine natural beauty and abundant wildlife. It's your opportunity to live in Baldwin County, Alabama, one of the fastest growing coastal counties in the U.S. due to low taxes and a low cost of living. Don't miss out. Come to the grand opening land sale at the ranches at Creekside Preserve and get your gorgeous 20 to 50 acre estate in desirable Baldwin County on sale from only $139.9. Call 877-888-1415 or go to creeksidepreserveal.com. That's creeksidepreserveal.com.
The Rich Eisen Show.
A rhetorical question, which means I already know the answer and it does not require an answer.
We'll give you one. Yeah,
Man, I really want to answer.
Yeah.
Do you think the Detroit Lions and Dan Campbell were sending a message on Sunday?
Do you?
Our favorite Bill Burr soundbite.
Oh, do you?
They were sending a message.
Mighty Ducks. Not worth winning if you can't win big.
Rich Eisen weekdays starting at 11. Now on ESPN Northwest Florida. Now, we're live and local inside the CBC Construction Studios. Climb into our DM and jump into the chat. The Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson is live on Facebook. Interact with Paul and other sports fanatics. Now, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Man, we are pumped up here. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We are excited that you've decided to spend your afternoon listening to us talk about this game that we love so dearly, college football. Don't forget, you can call in, you can text in on the Red 7T's phone line, 850-215-6290. We're here with Tennessee Brandon, LSU Jeff, Bone Crusher crushing the ones and the twos. We're pumped up about it. Now, you got the list, Jeff. We picked last week, and I'm just going to tell you, with all of the upsets that happened, to me, I'm just, I thought there would be a whole lot better games listed than that. I didn't think some of these teams are going to lose. Who do you got first? The Oklahoma-Auburn game, is that what we're going to talk about first?
Well, I mean, let's talk about where we missed.
Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
The first one right off the bat, it was Utah, Texas Tech.
Yeah, everybody picked Utah.
Yeah, everybody picked Utah, and we all lost.
And we all lost.
Yeah,
and
we all lost.
Now, can we say now that Texas Tech is really the cream of the crop in that area?
No.
Why?
I'd say they're a favorite.
I mean, they're in the run, but Iowa State has really, done a whole lot, and then TCU is in the running. So we got three major teams still in it for leading the Big 12. And don't forget about Arizona State. I mean, because even though they lost to Mississippi State, that's the one loss. It's out of conference.
Forget about it. It doesn't matter. They're not going to be able to beat TCU. They're not going to be able to beat Texas Tech. They're not going to be able to beat anybody else in the Big 12 except for the ones that they're supposed to beat.
Well, I mean, actually, this week will be a telltale because guess who Arizona State's playing?
Who?
TCU.
Yeah,
Boom.
and there we go. So there you go. So Sonny Dykes
out.
is coming to town, baby.
Yeah, Sonny Dykes is coming to town.
Yeah.
You know who's favorite?
Who?
Arizona State by 3.5.
Yeah, well, Sonny Dykes is there.
Yeah,
Sonny Dykes is coming.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to.
You weren't believing before. You were believing. I was the one.
I'm not trying to push him your way, though.
No, he's one of my guys,
Yeah.
But he's never leaving the state of Texas, I'm pretty sure, with all these job openings.
Oh, no, he's staying right where he's at. Why not? I mean, he never probably pays for a car, and he never probably pays for food. There you go.
Are you trying to say something about oil and Dallas people?
I'm talking about college football coaches that win 8 to 10 games every year. They don't pay for anything when they go places.
They get taken care of.
You ever seen, there's actually people in college, players and all that they'll stay like in Tuscaloosa or something like that, and it's like you're never paying for a drink.
No,
not in this town.
They're living in their
Who was that
fame
kick
forever.
6 guy for Auburn? I'm sure he's just living in a life.
Yeah.
Time he goes
Well, look
to
at
Auburn.
Archie Griffin. He didn't go be anything in the NFL at all, and he works for Ohio State. What does he do? Just walk around? That's all he does.
Yeah, it's possible.
1-2 Heisman.
So we got some more games. We'll just go down the list. How about that?
Yeah, let's do it.
Oklahoma, Auburn. Boom. We all picked Oklahoma.
And we were all right.
And
now,
we hear all those Auburn people whining, oh, the referee lost it for me. No, not really.
Yes, they did. Hold on a second. Come on now. Now, I'm a referee.
Hear that whining.
I've ref before, and I'm just telling you, when a referee controls turnovers, now that play that they ran was illegal. When the SEC comes out and says immediately after the game that they missed that one, that's a change. That's a turning point in the game.
Yeah.
You can't do that kind of stuff. The fumble was terrible. There was some very questionable calls. Now, if there's just the questionable calls on the actual plays, like your pass interference on Cam Coleman at about the 5-yard line, 4-yard line, they did score that series, so that doesn't really change anything. So I'm not really talking about that. But the play where there was a fumble and then the illegal play, those 2 plays. I'm not an Auburn fan. I picked Oklahoma. Now, I don't like Brent Venables, but I'm just telling you, and they knew exactly what they were doing. They had the offensive coordinator on there. Now, let me ask you this. He was like, oh, yeah, we ran that play. We were running a hurry-up offense. And come on, man. We're not born yesterday. That was a straight-up dishonest answer. You can say what you want. He was being very dishonest when he was like, oh, yeah, we had 2 plays called. If they don't come out, we run the play. And it's like, yeah, because you know that it's a play that you're trying to disguise as him running off the field. And that's illegal.
Yeah.
So say what you want to say. Now, let me ask you guys this. What do you think about that now that they've come out and said that Mateer is hurt? Do you think now that they, now you want to be dishonest and now your quarterback, your Heisman hopeful, now your leader of your team is hurt?
So I agree with you, and I agree with you. You can't lose a whole game on one play. So there were probably 900 other mistakes that they made that could have led them to win the game. However, if man, yeah, it's kind of dirty, kind of low. And if I'm a fan of the opposite team, of course, I'm going to be using that as my excuse every time I turn my head. But however, I'm not a buyer of, hey, this happened, this is why we lost. I'm not buying that.
You're telling me if Tennessee had the same thing, you wouldn't be up in arms about it?
Listen, I just told you, if I was the person on the other side of it, yeah, I'd probably be saying it left and right, but I'm not.
There's a difference between complaining and whining, and it's the way you come off. And I've heard enough Auburn people whining that I'm not buying it. So they had a 5-point lead, Oklahoma did. They got the safety. And then they end up like kneeling out at the end of the game. They didn't just win by 7 points. I hate when we say, oh, this is so close and all that. I mean, these games, did Auburn have the ball at the end?
No.
Yeah. End of story. You didn't have the ball at the end. You couldn't come back from the 7-point loss. You lost it. You know, it's like LSU kneeling with a 10-point lead at the end of the game. It wasn't a one-score game. You know, you have to have more than a one-score game. Right. I mean, and then you pretty much cancel out any kind of whining that you can have from the other side. And that's how I feel about it.
So was this game for you guys a telltale sign of what's to come with the SEC? Because Auburn and Oklahoma, because that game was close. It was at Oklahoma. Had that game been at Auburn, you might have seen a different story with a little, I think it might have been even tighter because it's hard to play over there at Jordan-Hare. But when you look at it, does that tell you that Oklahoma was exactly who we thought they were? And does that tell you that Auburn is actually better than we thought they were coming into the season? Because everybody was talking about Hugh Freeze is on the hot seat. Hugh Freeze has got to do this. Hugh Freeze has got to do that. But they look competitive to me. They didn't look like they were the only team out there that was being outplayed by 5 stars. They looked like they matched up good with Oklahoma. They looked like everything was the same. Now, there were some blown coverages. I don't know if their offensive coordinator gives Jackson Arnold a lot of check downs or checkouts during the play. I would hope that they would, because him being a sophomore. But realistically, there was some plays where they just straight blitzed and they didn't pick anybody up, and it was just a run free by the linebacker or the defensive end, whoever they were blitzing. But getting back to the original question, do you think realistically that now that we see what Oklahoma looks like, what we see Auburn looks like, that this SEC this year, you can realistically be beat by anybody more than years that's been lately?
Yeah, I kind of, earlier in one of the first couple of weeks on the show when I first got on, I was talking about how the NIL has added more depth to every team across the nation. I believe it has shrunk that gap down talent-wise. I do believe so. Any given week, any team can beat any team. Doesn't matter home, away. I think that gap has extremely shrunk.
But also the depth on the top tier teams. Their depth is gone. And, you know, with a Mateer gone for Oklahoma, we don't know what's going to happen.
Can you even name him?
No,
I can't name him.
And, you know, it could be 3, 4, or 5 weeks from Mateer having surgery. What's today? Wednesday?
No,
he had some surgery today.
Did Mateer hurt his hand in that game, or it was hurt before
first
that game?
Quarter.
First quarter. And he finished playing, so he basically beat Auburn with a broken hand, correct?
Wow.
I mean,
they say it's one bone, and then I heard somebody say it was wrist, but it was officially said hand after that.
Come on, man. Come on. I
don't know where the bone's at.
Hold
but
on.
Still, he played the whole game.
Jeff, hold on.
Was it on his throwing arm?
Yeah.
Oh, my Lord.
Hold on. Jeff, you're an intelligent guy.
Yeah.
I mean, where's the wrist bone connected to the hand
bone?
bone?
But a hand bone is one thing. A wrist bone, I mean, you're totally disabled. That's your critical point right there.
Yeah.
You know, if you, let's say you,
point,
I mean, it's going to really hurt inside the hand, don't get me wrong. But wrist, oh my God, if you can't just do that motion, you're snapping your hand every time you're throwing it. And you're throwing it 30 times a game.
Just that with being said, I think that showed that Oklahoma was kind of better than what we had thought they were in the beginning of the season. I just, you know, I don't know. We don't know what they look like now. I mean, Mateer's going to be out for the next how many weeks? 3, 4 weeks? Is he going to be there for the Tennessee game? Is he not? I mean,
the Texas game is where they're wondering if he's going to be able to be there. The thing is that the surgeon that they sent him to is the same guy that does all of the, you know, I think he's done Steph Curry, LeBron James, you know, Drew Brees, all of those guys. So he went to the professional. They definitely need him. You know, the thing about it, though, when you look at that Oklahoma team, they are good defensively. They really are. Auburn having a dual threat quarterback, obviously that's what most college teams are going towards. It's tough, but you also saw the inability of Jackson Arnold. I think he was exposed a little bit. I believe if you can disguise your coverages, if you can disguise what you're trying to do, if your scheme can be a little bit deceptive in the way that you're showing, I think he gets confused and he wants to tuck and run a lot more, which is what his deal was last year when he played with Oklahoma. Mm-hmm. So realistically, when you look at Oklahoma, when you look at Auburn, they're kind of who we thought they were going to be, but they have a lot of talent. And you know what? Cam Coleman, you can say what you want about Ryan Williams. You can say what you want about Smith in Ohio State. That dude is legit. That dude is a good player, and he can take over a ball game for you for sure. But that's good for that. When we come back, we are going to discuss all things college football. Tennessee, Brandon's going to give us the update. You're listening to the Sports Blitz here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Taking your hot takes, rants, and takedowns. Let's hear it on the Red 7T studio line. 850-215-6290. Keep the game going with ESPN Northwest Florida. Just because you get out of the car doesn't mean the Sports Talk and Live play-by-play have to end. Just say, hey, Alexa, open ESPN Northwest Florida. From Michigan Avenue to the man cave, from the car to the kitchen, we've got you covered. Keep the game going. Hey, Alexa, open ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good afternoon. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with Wednesday's weather forecast. Sunny the remainder of the day with temps near 88 and a wind 8 to 12 miles per hour. Mostly clear skies tonight, a light breeze and a temperature of 76. About the same tomorrow, around 87 with a mixture of some sun and possible thunderstorms. Definite thunderstorms and sprinkles Friday and quite warm around 84. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida, Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Bringing you the world's #1 auto brand is a lot of fun. Camrys and Tacomas, Land Cruisers and Grand Highlanders. Toyotas are just built to be better.
And that's exactly how we built Panama City Toyota, to give you a better experience.
Where your needs always come first. Where you can relax with a great cup of coffee or browse the Heritage Collection. While we help you add the perfect vehicle to your collection. Come see us today at Panama City Toyota.
Big Brothers Big Sisters of Northwest Florida is asking men to step up. So many boys are in need of a positive role model. If you can spend a little time each month doing something simple like tossing a football or grabbing lunch, you can change a life. Call 850-433-KIDS or visit BeTheBig.org to become a Big Brother today.
Lynn Haven, WVLQ Port St. John. Powered by Panama City Toyota, ESPN Northwest Florida.
College Football Saturday on ESPN Radio.
This is the best afternoon.
6th ranked Oregon travels to Happy Valley to face number 3 Penn State in a whiteout game.
We've played in good environments before. They described it as a good one.
Coverage starts Saturday at 6 on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Broadcasting from the CBC Construction Studios. Can you take the hits? Here comes the Sports Blitz. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Here we go. It's 5 o'clock. You made it on this hump day on a Wednesday. You only have 2 more days of work until the weekend, baby. We're excited about it. You're listening to the Sports Blitz here with Paul Wilson at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We're having a great time. We're talking all things college football, especially the SEC. I got Tennessee Brandon in the house, LSU Jeff's in the house, Bone Crushers crushing the ones and the twos. Don't forget, you can call in, you can text in on the Red 7T's phone line, 850-215-6290. Don't forget, you can also check us out on the Facebook page, ESPN Northwest Florida. You can also go to the ESPN Northwest Florida app, as well as listen to us on the Radio. We love it. We appreciate you. Don't forget to check out the Facebook page. We got a little poll going on to see who you think is going to win this week's Alabama-Georgia football game. Right now, it's looking like Georgia's got the upper hand just a little bit. But I know some of the Alabama fans, you're going to clock in here soon and let us know what you think. I think realistically, a lot of people just aren't sure yet. That's really what they're thinking. They're thinking, are we going to see the Alabama team that played Florida State, or are we going to see the Alabama team that is better than that? So anyway, we'll get to that just a little bit later. But we got to finish up our picks over this past weekend. Now, Jeff, when you look at our score, who is in the lead right now for the first 3 weeks of college football?
4 weeks.
4 weeks, I meant to say.
I'm up over one game over Brandon and 2 games over you. So
Okay.
you fell into third now. And basically the difference was this past week was, oh, wait a minute. Oh, no, wait a minute. Oh, it's the extra game. You're 2 games behind. You're 3 games behind. That's what it is. But, I mean, what it was is this past week, Brandon got us. He picked Central Florida. We picked North Carolina.
Yeah.
He gained me on that one, but I got y'all both on. Why the heck did y'all take Rutgers and I took Iowa?
Didn't know enough about them. Felt like Iowa wasn't very good.
Iowa's always been.
Oh, man. Y'all are not
This is a
believing.
good football team. What are y'all talking about?
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
How many points did Iowa score? More than 7?
Oh, yeah. Obviously.
That game was down to the wire. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, but it's Rutgers, man.
Yeah, I didn't
New
watch
Jersey and
Rutgers.
produced nothing.
Big deep voice.
Out of all the things I thought the owner of the radio station would come and talk about, Iowa football is definitely not one of them.
I didn't think so.
Listen, I just appreciate a good football game.
Amen.
It's a good football
Amen.
game. Rutgers will always have a good defense because of head coach Greg Schiano.
Yeah, Greg Schiano's there.
Yeah.
That's a shout out there.
Shout out for Greg. He's probably going to be here. That looks great.
You know, I mean, we think about it. You know, you talking about the Illinois coach,
Brett Bielema.
Yeah, and then O'Brien's up at oh no, that's Boston College's ACC. That's true.
Yeah, you got.
But I mean, Big Ten has some pretty good coaches.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at it, that's the other game I lost on, Illinois and Indiana.
We all got destroyed on that one.
So the only other game we lost on, and you know what? I was having the hardest time because my gut feeling said I wanted to go from Memphis, but we all picked Arkansas, and you know, in hindsight, it's all just hindsight.
Is that going to be a big? Is that going to be a big deal for Arkansas moving forward? Because
no, it's going to be a big deal for Memphis. Because I mean, one loss, they become ranked, and the group of 5 is really kind of struggling. Like I know we have like at least four teams that are undefeated in the group of 5. North Texas is going to fall off. We know that. UNLV is going to take a loss in the Mountain West, but are they going to take 2 and just drop out of the whole rankings? So then you're left with Navy and Memphis. So for Memphis, this is a quality win, and they don't have to play, I believe it's Tulane, but they do have to play Navy.
But either way, they're going to get one team out of there, so we're not even going to worry about it.
No, I'll disagree.
Okay.
They could get 0 teams out of it.
Yeah, possible.
Because if they're not ranked, if Memphis takes 2 losses, there's a good chance they're not ranked. This Arkansas is a quality win for them.
Yeah.
I mean, just because it's SEC.
Isn't there a guaranteed spot for one of those guys?
If they're ranked.
Only if they're ranked.
Big if?
Yeah, that's the change.
So they could be like number 24, and then boom, they're the 12 seed.
But who cares? So let's move on. Who are we looking at now that we did win and we knew that we were going to win?
Well, I mean, USC, Michigan State was kind of a gimme.
Yeah.
We had TCU over SMU. We kind of knew that, again, what's the coach? Sonny Dykes.
Sonny Dykes.
Well, now, here's one that I did not flip on him. We all picked Mizzou against South Carolina. Sellers did play.
I didn't.
But I didn't flip your vote because you said Missouri. So I didn't flip your thing just because Sellers played. We all picked Mizzou, and they won.
So looking at that game, because everybody and their mom had Sellers and South Carolina, on the top, making the most ground. They were pushing. Obviously, he was hurt. You know, and everybody said, if your quarterback goes down, if your starter goes down for the most part, if you're playing a good team, it's more likely that you're going to not do as well because you haven't prepared and haven't prepped. But my biggest thing about them is that they still had their starting defense. And yes, a bad offense hurts the defense. I get that. And I'm a big proponent of that. Remember Jalen Hurts. But either way, when you look at how bad South Carolina's defense is, it makes you wonder if all of this was just a prop up, because now, to me, looking at the way the SEC is set up right now that Alabama lost to Florida State at the beginning, it hurt Alabama's reputation. But now I'm wondering if now every team that they're looking at South Carolina on their schedule anymore is like, okay, so what? It's South Carolina.
Well, okay, so I'll say a few different things. For starters, Sellers went 20 for 28. Great. 302 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. They led at halftime. They led going in the fourth quarter. But the problem is they laid the goose egg in the fourth quarter. They didn't score in the fourth quarter, and they let a lead. I know it was only a 2-point lead. They let teams take games away from them at the end, and you can't do that. And they've done it twice. Well, actually, Vandy was a big lead, but I mean, South Carolina's out. I mean, are they mid? No, they're not even like 9th or 10th in the SEC. So we're dropping them down. Their stock drowned. Oklahoma's has gone up. Auburn's inched up a little bit. I give them respect for playing Oklahoma so well on the road. But, I mean, South Carolina is now almost a bottom dweller because Vanderbilt's not there anymore.
So let me ask you this. So let me ask y'all this. What do you think now about Beamer leaving South Carolina if they have a really terrible year? Because all of the hype, all of the media, everybody was talking about him, and now he goes back home to Virginia Tech.
If that's the legacy path that he's wanting to take, no doubt. I mean, he's not going to get better players at Virginia Tech. I mean, he's not going to have better recruits. I mean, so being in the SEC is going to be his biggest platform. I mean, that's why Brian Kelly come down to LSU thinking he's going to get better recruits, and then NIL happened and flipped everything upside down. So really, maybe it doesn't matter if he goes back to Virginia Tech. Maybe it is more balanced to where he's able to get better recruits there.
That Virginia area, though, they do produce good football players. I mean, you've had the Vick brothers. You've had the old quarterback that was at the Saints.
I mean, I'm not sure what their blue chip ratio.
Oh, Aaron Brooks.
Aaron Brooks. He was
so
there.
They're not from that area. They're from Norfolk, Hampton Roads area, which is the coast.
Well,
we're talking like they're on the opposite end of the state, like in the mountains.
Right, but Virginia. But what I'm saying though is Virginia Tech has a pipeline there to them in that area because
hopefully they'll keep it
because that's the same area Allen Iverson came from because he was a football player as well.
They all played in the same district.
Yeah, and they played against each other.
Yeah, played against each other.
And that's the thing. So,
that's the hotbed of Virginia as far as athletes go is the Norfolk area.
Yeah, so possibly Beamer could go back home, go do what Dad did and try to make them relevant again, because if he loses a bunch of games, wouldn't you say that he possibly, I mean, there's some buyer's remorse going on right there with some of the fans and some of the administration because of such the hype, because there was so big of hype. If you asked everybody on the first week of football who was the top quarterback in the SEC, Lenore Sellers was one of the top ones.
Now, are you saying that South Carolina and South Carolina fans are going to get rid of him if they have a bad year, or do you think he should want to leave and just say, sorry, this didn't work out, I need,
I'm saying that if he has a bad year, if they lose a lot of football games, which it looks like they're going to, then he could possibly be gone because he just sees the writing on the wall.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That could possibly happen. And when you look at these coaches that, they don't want to be on the hot seat. They don't want to be Billy Napier. They do not want to be that. They don't want people hollering at them. These guys, and you can say what you want and you can disagree. Maybe you want to talk about this, but these guys that take these head coaching jobs at these major universities, especially these football coaches, they have a high ego. And whenever they see this stuff talking against them, it hurts their ego. And they don't like that. So realistically, these guys, they know what you're saying about them, and they can't stand it. So they're trying to get away just as fast as the fans are trying to take away, too.
There's ego and then there's pride. And Dabo Swinney's done so much at Clemson that I think it's more of a pride because he has 2 national championships where I don't find him being egotistical. I don't think it. I think it's deserved. The amount of confidence he has is because of what he's accomplished there.
I disagree. I think he's got pride. I do agree that part of it, but I do believe his ego is definitely big because realistically, you got to have a little bit of ego to lead a program in a national title and to win 8 out of 10 ACC championships, 7 out of 10 in the college football playoffs, because he still, when he had his press conference, he brought those things up. Why would you bring those things up if you wasn't an ego guy? It's like, look what I have done. Look what I have built. Look what we have done here. And that's the thing. When you hire these guys, you want confidence. You want somebody that's going to step in and say, I'm the man for this job, and I'm going to lead you to the promised land.
And your players believing in you.
Yeah.
Because of that confidence.
He was almost like calling the fans and the reporters everything like spoiled. Kind of.
They are.
He was like, I mean, this ain't good enough. Like, this is what he brought the receipts from the past years. He's like, listen, this is what we've done. We've been national championships, and we won this, and we've lost We've lost 2 games, and he's like, this is the most games we've lost in 15 years. So, I mean, there are facts as well. You do have to take that. He read the receipts. There are facts. He didn't inflate them. However, I do believe you have to be egotistical. I suppose that's the word. If you're a major college football coach, it just comes with the territory.
and that's, it's the same way in the business world. When you look at it, to lead a organization, a large organization that there's a bunch of moving parts, you've got to have not only a high IQ, but you also got to have a high ego, because you're going to be the boss. You're going to be the face. You're going to be the one that tells everybody what to do. And these guys, that's what happens. When they get on the hot seat, they hate it. They hate being looked at like that. They hate that people are hating on them. They hate to hear the social media stuff. And whenever that starts happening, boom, they're out of town. And when Beamer has a place where they're saying, come on home, baby. Come on home, baby. With open arms. And they're saying, you don't have to win the ACC when you get here. It's not even expected for you to. We just want to have close games. We want to upset Clemson. We want to upset Miami. We want to upset Florida State. So the expectation at Virginia Tech is not to go to the playoff. It's just to be competitive in the ACC.
What's going to be interesting is that if you've heard me talk about Big Fish, Little Pond before.
Yeah.
Okay. He leaves and goes to Virginia Tech. Let's say the Georgia Tech coach doesn't stay at Georgia Tech. Let's say Dabo Swinney doesn't stay at Clemson. Then basically you're just looking at Miami and Florida State as your main opponents in that ACC.
And you're looking at a Florida State team that has to get NIL players every single year or it won't work.
Yeah.
Because they're not recruiting not that they're not recruiting them. The Florida State teams are not signing the 5 stars. So they're having to do this every single year. So it's free agency every year at Florida State. So you're exactly right. This makes even much more sense if Dabo leaves, if Brent Key leaves, and now you just got Cristobal. And Cristobal, look at what he's doing. He's got to have a top-tier style quarterback to come quarterback his team, or else he's losing. So realistically, Beamer comes in there, gets people to believe, beats some teams that he's not supposed to beat, and the next thing you know, he's the greatest thing since sliced bread.
He's 10-2, and he's making the playoffs. Man.
Yeah.
Possibly, because when they expand from 12 to 16, we will have 3-game losers in there, and we will have 10-2 Big 12 and ACC teams.
Exactly right.
Because those last 4 spots are going to be that type of team.
Yeah, and that's the key.
And then you look at him in the SEC, he's second fiddle to Georgia and Alabama and Ole
Tennessee.
Miss, and even sometimes
LSU.
Florida, Tennessee. Yeah. Texas A&M, Texas Longhorns, Oklahoma. I mean, look at the stockpile of SEC that he's got to compare against every year. He could go be Big Fish and Little Pond if he goes to ACC. Now, that's saying if the Georgia Tech and Clemson coaches leave, because this whole situation can change. Now, what's mind-blowing is that if Beamer and Dabo Swinney leave the state of South Carolina, that whole rivalry is...
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be a different situation.
And you know what's going to happen? Every single 5-star that's in South Carolina is going to go one of the SEC teams that you just named.
Georgia. Tennessee will get some.
Alabama will be over there. Tennessee will be over there. Georgia will be over there. Florida will be over there.
You know what those kids are? They're workers. In South Carolina, those guys are hard workers. There's no white collar going on. Those guys are, I don't say grunts, but they work hard.
Okay.
Hard players.
Just some news. I don't know if y'all heard, but they're not in any hurry to expand the playoffs. They're comfortable with the 12 team. Come out 3 hours ago.
What?
So it says they're not in a rush to decide on the 26 expansion. So it looks like it's going to stay at 12 for a couple.
Okay, so what's your thought on that?
I thought they were going to stay regardless. I thought they were going to give it some time to see what it was going to be, as like what people say, let the cake bake or whatever. I think they were going to let that happen. So when you look at it, they're going to see how it goes this year. And you know what they're looking at. Like, let's just be honest. They're looking at the money, the views, all of those things. But they also want to keep the people happy because they don't want Florida States. They don't want the people that get left out to be all upset and call it a crime and all this bull jive that happens. But when you look at it, they're going to see how 12 works. And if 12 works great this year, you might not see it change for a while. And then that's good for them because 12 is a good number. I think that's half of right at your top 25.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it gives you enough teams and it gives you enough money and they're going to be able to move forward. And that's the biggest thing. Why?
And I think Alabama finished number 12 last year. But the automatic bid, guess what it did? First out.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
But you know what? In hindsight, they wouldn't have won it all. But then again, we're looking at a 4th place Big Ten team won it all last year.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Because all peaking at the right time.
And see, I don't necessarily agree with you on that because when you look at teams, they fit each other better. Mm-hmm. They defend each other better. And I don't know. I still think Alabama gives a lot of teams that you wouldn't think they would beat, like an Ohio State, like an Oregon, problems because of the way Jalen Milroe ran the football. Mm-hmm. And that, to me, would have been a big problem for those Big Ten teams where it wasn't as bad against the SEC teams. You know, and I know that they lost to Michigan or whatever, but I think they were all kind of checked out at that point.
Yeah.
So when you look at it, that's good. Thanks for the breaking news,
no
Brandon.
problem, man.
We might have to change your name for the day. Breaking news, Brandon, up in the house.
I guess we should have been talking about Tennessee this whole time.
We'll talk about them when we come back from the break, but we're not going to go there just yet. I just want to say, do you think it's good for the 12 team?
You know what? I'm extreme. I wanted to stay at. I wanted to be at 8. I didn't want it going from 4 to 12. I just wanted to stop at 8, stay there. Don't listen to whiners and complainers about 9, 10, and 11. No automatic bids, just a straight up 1 through 8. We don't care about you, Boise State and Notre Dame. We don't care about you. It's just the top 8. And if you talk to like somebody like Coach Hale, I mean, he'll just fall back on the 12, but he doesn't believe in automatic bids either. You know, and that's the way I feel about it. 16 would be a travesty to the whole sport. It's a money grab, and I'm glad that they're staying at 12.
Be a lot of blowout games if we went to 16. In my opinion. I mean, it just wouldn't be quality football, and that's what we're all wanting. I mean, that's where your money is, and that's where you're having to weigh. I mean, you do 16 and try to get more, but if they're not quality and nobody's watching, you're not getting as much money as if you would with a higher matchups at 12.
So last year, Bama was the first one out. Miami, Ole Miss. Yeah, and we think about the teams that they would have been playing, which have been 1, 2, 3, and 4, which have been Oregon, Georgia, and I think it was Arizona State and Boise.
Yeah.
There have been a couple of games that have been interesting, but 2 of those games would have been probably blowouts. I mean, Oregon would have killed South Carolina probably. You know, I think.
South Carolina?
South Carolina was the fourth team out. Yeah, it was Bama, Miami, Ole Miss, South Carolina.
Okay,
South Carolina would have been they got robbed.
And they beat Clemson at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they would have got blown out by Oregon.
Yeah.
And then Ole Miss playing Georgia, that would have been a rematch. They would want revenge, but they wouldn't have had Carson Beck. That would have been kind of interesting.
Yeah, so I think you're wrong in that regard. Let me tell you this, though. When you look at the schedules, when you look at how it goes, tell me if this is not the truth. When you have a fan base that wants their team, that they don't ever get to play another conference like the Big Ten or the ACC or the SEC for that matter, when you grab those teams and you put those teams in there and you put those teams that never get to play each other, that creates the excitement. And I think that's what they're going after, too. I think it's money first, but I think it's excitement number 2. So either way, one of our listeners, Otis Reed, said that Bama will pull this one out this week. I believe in a close one. Roll Tide, roll. So with saying that, we're going to take our next break. You're listening to the Sports Blitz here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Red 70s studio line is now open. 850-215-6290. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida is your college football headquarters for the biggest and best games of the week.
It's a touchdown!
Huge rivalries and your favorite teams in the SEC, ACC, and beyond.
It's a miracle!
The Gators, Hurricanes, LSU, Georgia, Auburn, and Notre Dame play here.
Unbelievable!
The Gulf Coast headquarters for college football is 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida. Here is your weather forecast on this Wednesday evening. As we head into tonight, mostly clear skies and a low of 79 with a light breeze out of the southwest around 6 miles per hour. For tomorrow morning, a mixture of very light showers and some sun and a temp near 85. This weather forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida, Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida.
Saturday, September 27th, come to the grand opening land sale at the ranches at Creekside Preserve and get your gorgeous 20 to 50 acre estate in desirable Baldwin County on sale from only $139.9. That's right. Get 20 to 50 acres in Baldwin County from just $139.9 with excellent financing available. Ranches at Creekside Preserve features private large acreage tracts with beautiful woodlands, rolling meadows, and a peaceful creek, all surrounded by pristine natural beauty and abundant wildlife. It's your opportunity to live in Baldwin County, Alabama, one of the fastest growing coastal counties in the U.S. due to low taxes and a low cost of living. Don't miss out. Come to the grand opening land sale at the ranches at Creekside Preserve and get your gorgeous 20 to 50 acre estate in desirable Baldwin County on sale from only $139.9. Call 877-888-1415 or go to creeksidepreserveal.com. That's creeksidepreserveal.com.
The Rich Eisen Show.
A rhetorical question, which means I already know the answer and it does not require an answer.
We'll give you one.
Yeah.
I
really want to answer.
Yeah.
Do you think the Detroit Lions and Dan Campbell were sending a message on Sunday? Do you? Our favorite Bill Burr soundbite.
Oh, do you?
They were sending a message.
Like Mighty Ducks. Not worth winning if you can't win big.
Rich Eisen weekdays starting at 11, now on ESPN Northwest Florida. Transmitting from the CBC Construction Studio. Marquee matchups, huge rivalries, and fan favorites. The college football headquarters on the Gulf Coast is 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Now back to the Sports Blitz.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Sports Blitz here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Don't forget you can call in. You can text in on the Red 7T's phone line. We're pumped up that you've decided to listen with us on this hump day of a Wednesday. Man, we're almost to the weekend, and we're excited about it because we got some big-time football coming up. I'm going to go ahead and do it. The reason why we get to do what we do is because of our great sponsors, AutoNation Ford in Panama City. They have you covered, meaning if you need anything from getting a new vehicle, getting a used vehicle, or getting your vehicle serviced, go see those guys. They'll take good care of you. They'll give you quality service. Why do you think they give you good service? Because they have the master techs there that have been through the schooling, that'll know exactly what's wrong with your vehicle and be able to get you back into running shape. So either way, go see the guys, AutoNation Ford in Panama City. Now, if you have something wrong with your vehicle that is cosmetic, maybe your mirror, maybe some dents or whatever, have I got a friend that can tell you all about that? Tell us about it, Brandon.
Yeah, what's up? My name's Brandon. We own Recommended Collision in Panama City, Florida. That's 1329 Jinx Avenue. From a small fender bender to an all-over paint job. If you've got an older vehicle and you pulled your door handle to open it and it fell on the ground and you don't know how you're getting back in it, you just come see me. We do anything from small to big. We're local, family-owned. We'll take care of you. Mention the show, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Give you a discount. So just come on in. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5.
That's exactly right. Go see those guys. Because when you look at when you put new parts on your vehicle, the way the part is made to fit the vehicle is very important.
Very important.
You know, lines matter.
Lines do matter.
Yeah, because you don't want water when it rains to leak in and cause something to rust or anything like that.
Yeah, so we've actually, and not something that we specialize in, but over the last few weeks, like a month ago when it was raining a whole bunch, not that we've had a whole bunch of rain here recently, but we had a bunch of water leaks in the windshields and stuff like that. And that old urethane will start to deteriorate, and you got to pull your windshield, and sometimes it'll rust. And so Safelite or a glass company won't put a new windshield in if it's rusty underneath. So sometimes we'll have to go in, we'll have to sand it, we'll fix it, epoxy it, paint it, and then get it ready for your new glass to go in. So sometimes people run into those kind of problems as well that we can help with.
That's huge. That's
so
a big
this
deal.
isn't recommended. This is Rex and Mended. And when you're driving from the beach side, you hit Jinx. If you're on 15th, and you hit Jinx, you hang a right, you go over the railroad tracks, you look off to your right, and it's a red and white building?
It's red, black, and gray. Yeah, we're right off of Jinx Avenue, got a Sonic shooting out. I mean, we have two buildings. I mean, it's always cars out front,
And so if you Google it, spelled with a W, Rex.
Yes, WRECKAMENDED, Rec A Mended, little play on words.
There you go. Awesome. So let's get into it. We have Tennessee Brandon in here.
Yes,
he
sir.
was recommended Brandon just a second ago, but he is a multitasker in the house.
Let's go.
So we look at this Tennessee team. They blow out UAB last weekend. They look good. Leave Trent Dilfer with his tail tucked between
Starstruck, man.
Yeah, exactly. And so now, what do you got? Do you got any injuries coming out of that game? Did you have anybody coming back?
So no serious notable injuries for starters that game, which is a blessing. We did get news today. Give me 1 second. Let's see. Jermod McCoy is targeting a return to the field against Arkansas, so he's going to miss the next couple of games, and he should be back. And he's our All-American cornerback. We could have really used him against Georgia, on the 2-point conversion, the fourth down. I mean, I think those young guys, we played well. I mean, for the most part, but having a veteran, a guy with all the experience he has back on the field, he's going to have to work and play hard because, he's a potential first-round draft pick. And so to improve his draft stock, I know he's going to be going out there and, trying to do all that. Now, we're still missing our offensive tackle, David Sanders Jr. He was the number one offensive lineman in the 2025 class. He's not yet seen the field this year. So, there is additional protection for Joey Aguilar, coming back at some point this season. He's a day-to-day guy. They are describing his injury as like a weird injury or something of that sort that they really, they're not giving too much information on. And then Jackson Moy, he's a defensive starter. He's also day-to-day. He may be actually playing on Saturday, but they've yet to announce that. So fighting a couple of injuries, but
Well, here we go. Tennessee playing against Mississippi State, not just a regular Mississippi State, an undefeated Mississippi State in Stark Vegas. They're going to have to go and they're going to have to hear the ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling all night long. The cowbells are going to be electric. It's going to be deafening there. My son, who plays in the UK band, he went to Stark Vegas. He said, Dad, it's the loudest place I've ever been. It's crazy how loud the place is. So you've got a 4-0 Mississippi State team. We never thought we was going to say that, but now here comes Tennessee. Jeff, I'm going to start with you. Do you think that this Mississippi State team is for real? What do you think about them so far looking out front?
Don't tell Brian Haddad. Yeah. Look, the spread is 7.5. We've got a 63.5 over under. That means 35-28 is what Vegas thinks. Mississippi State is not scoring 28 on Tennessee. It won't be too far from that. I mean, they could score 23, I'll say.
Yeah.
Right? You think that, Brandon?
Yeah, I mean, I think our defense is continuing to improve and to try to get healthier. I mean, we're not going to score probably 35, I would think.
Really?
Yeah, no
Joey
doubt.
Aguilar is pretty dang good.
He is pretty good. I mean,
you scored 41 on Georgia with over
41. I mean, he's 78 for 117, 12 touchdowns, 3 interceptions with 1,100 passing yards this year. He's among probably one of the top quarterbacks in the nation.
If you throw 2 picks and you score 41 on Georgia Bulldogs, you don't think Mississippi State Bulldogs? You don't think you could hang 41 on them?
I mean, definitely. I said we score at least 35. I mean, we're going to score that. And like you said, I don't see Mississippi State scoring 28 plus, 30 plus on us.
Oh yeah.
So
Well, this is the deal. Mississippi State 34-17 over Southern Miss, 24-20 over Arizona State, 63-0 against Alcorn State, 38-10 over Northern Illinois.
It sounds like they're playing nothing.
Northern Illinois.
Blake Shapen, 67 for 100 out of 100, 884 yards, 7 touchdowns, 2 picks, 31 carries, 71 yards, 1 touchdown. Fluff Bothwell, 47 carries, 271 yards, 4 touchdowns. Brendan Thompson, 17 receptions, 291 yards, 3 touchdowns. Anthony Evans, 21 receptions, 290 yards, 2 touchdowns. You know what? Tennessee scored 33 points last year, 33-14 at home against Mississippi State. Does this Blake Shapen scare you this year? He scored 14 points against you last year with the team that you had last year on defense, a pretty good defensive team, I thought, and now this guy's coming back again. Now he's at home. Now he gets the cowbells going with a Tennessee team that's got some people hurt on the defensive end of the field. I don't know. You think they're going to score more than 14 points this year?
Yeah, they'll probably score. With the way we play offense, we're back to the high, fast pace, keeping our defense on the field. I mean, I could see this being like a 42-28, something like that. I mean, I could see a lot of points being scored, especially on our end. That does put a lot of stress on our defense. So, I mean, they probably scored north of 21.
I'm just telling you.
So, what score? Because I'm going to write this down, and I'm going to tell you what my score is, too.
All right, let me go here. I'm going to say 38-21.
Okay, but listen,
Tennessee.
let me just tell you this. This is what, if I was playing Mississippi State, this is the part that would scare me the most. You've got 2 receivers that have combined 38 receptions for right at 581 yards.
Wow.
With 5 touchdowns. You've got 2.
That's Mississippi State?
That's Mississippi State's 2 wide receivers. And their tight end is not too far behind. So that's what I'm saying about Mississippi State. They've got weapons that can score. We know that Tennessee can give up a lot of points. This is at home. This is loud. Joey Aguilar's never played at away yet. In this type of environment, that's what would scare me the most as a fan.
I'm not scared about that. I mean, he just played in front of 103,000 people last week against Georgia, so I'm not sweating him going into Mississippi State and being nervous going in there and playing against.
Listen, I'm not scared to go in when 95% of the people are screaming for me as well, but about 85 to 90% of those people are going to be clanking the bells against you while you're trying to give out your reads, and I know how Josh Heupel is. He wants the perfect play.
Yeah.
He wants the exact play. So don't be surprised early in the game you're going to have some false starts or some, having to call some timeouts or whatever.
Yeah.
Because Joey Aguilar, don't forget now, this is his first year. I know he's doing great. But it scares me.
Man, listening to his teammates talk after these games, because I watch these players' post-game interviews, and the way they talk about Joey, they feel like they can win any game. The confidence that Joey brings to the huddle when, they're in overtime against Georgia, and he is as calm and as collected as he can be, his teammates say. They say they feel extremely confident. When they got somebody like that at the helm, they can go out there and play with confidence. So just in the translation that I'm getting from them, I'm more comfortable, and I don't feel like it's going to be an issue for a veteran quarterback to go in and do so with the team he's been provided. It's all about preparation. You prepare, you can go out there and just play.
Yeah. And I mean, that's the key. So realistically, all right, Jeff, give your
34-23 Tennessee. That's the under, and that's covering the spread. And he covered the spread. He just had 2 more points than I'm guessing, in scoring. That's 63.5. That's a big over-under. I don't think that'll be that much scoring.
But
over
under,
it's
yeah,
not by much.
63.5. Yeah, I mean
63.5 is a lot of scoring.
I mean, just look. I mean, the amount of points that they've scored in their first 3 games, the amount of points that we've scored. I mean, they're anticipating.
Well, if you scored 38 on Northern Illinois, you know that you're not going to do that on Tennessee.
More than likely.
I'm not saying that's the comparison. I mean, because but it's the last game that they played, and you're not going to compare them to Alcorn State, obviously.
Right.
Alcorn State's the Braves. I mean, they're not. HBCU and 1AA. I mean, it's not really stiff competition.
Yeah,
Deion exposed that.
Yeah, and Steve McNair's not there anymore.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, exactly. So you have a score?
I think it's going to be like 34-24. I think it'll be 34-24.
Well, that's only 1 point from mine.
Yeah,
Tennessee.
Okay. Tennessee.
Okay.
Yeah,
he's not hating on you yet.
I'm not hating on you
I'm
yet.
just making sure it's not October yet. I'm just making sure.
What? October's baseball season and hating on Tennessee.
That's right. It's coming up very
Breast
soon.
Cancer Awareness Month.
Yeah, we will definitely be hating. We will definitely get our orange trash can sitting over here for sure.
And in November, you know what it is.
Yep.
It's LSU season.
That's right. Yep. There will be no purple allowed in the studio per the host of the show.
Guess I'm coming naked.
I hope not.
Hurricane Chris is like, get him off the air. Get him off the air now.
Yeah, they're like, the red tape's coming out. The red tape's coming out. The blur. Why do we have blur? How do we have blur on our cameras? You didn't know that, did you? Technology, my friend. But you got to look at it. You got to know that I believe this game is going to have some ups and downs for both teams. I think it will be I believe the crowd will be a factor coming into the game. I think it's going to be a part of it. I think some of this is going to be, the talent will take over. Yeah. I believe that's what's going to happen at the end. I think what Jeff said about depth, I think Tennessee will have more depth than Mississippi State. I think they'll hang for a little while. I think this will be a team that will definitely mark this down as a win for Mississippi State if they lose by 7, 8 to 10 points, something like that.
Now, something else I was looking at, and I was going over my little shoes, taking some notes, and so Aguilar's only been sacked 1 time this year.
Wow.
Yeah, 1 time. And I was looking at
and that's against Georgia.
Yeah, against Georgia. Yeah, and so I'm looking at the spreadsheet here, and Saban's been sacked 6 times. And they haven't played anybody on the defensive side. I mean, look how many points they put up, and he's been sacked 6 times. So
yeah, because even Arizona State's defense is not bad.
No. And so I'm just saying. I mean, Tennessee's going to be the best defense they played all year. I expect a couple of sacks. I expect a couple of turnovers.
Hey, look, I mean, y'all beat Syracuse pretty handily in the first half.
Yeah.
Second half, they hung out a little bit.
Yeah.
But now that's a team that has a Clemson win on their hands. Your strength of schedule just got improved.
Well, LSU's got a Clemson win. These Clemson wins are not seeming very holding their weight, to be honest with you.
But here's the difference. You now have somebody on your schedule, Syracuse, who's beaten a ranked team. We have a Clemson that's dropped out of the rankings. We're not doing very good on strength of schedule. You're improving.
I will agree with
Just
that.
saying.
Hello?
This is Syracuse.
2019's calling, Jeff. I said, you need to go back to there. No, because Clemson is not the Clemson of old. Clemson is not even somebody that I think you should even mention anymore because of strength of schedule, because that's not good. I'm just saying.
It's the orange checks.
It's the orange. It's the orange.
Oh, you beat Clemson. Now because Syracuse beat Clemson. Well, you know what?
I'm not saying anything about Clemson.
So did Georgia Tech. So did LSU.
I'm not saying something about Clemson. I'm saying something more about Syracuse.
Well, I know, but I'm saying that win.
Another orange team.
That win doesn't mean anything anymore.
No. I don't think when it comes down to nuts and bolts and you're looking at 10-2 or 9-3 teams at the end of the year and you're looking at number 11, 12, or 13 in the nation, I'm not saying it's all out of the realm of possibility that Tennessee might be one of those teams.
Oh, I think they're going to get in. I do.
Okay, so they've already got a loss.
Yeah.
It's a good possibility they're going to get a second loss.
Yeah.
And then, I mean,
I don't know.
They haven't played Bama yet.
It might be it. That might be their only loss, their second
they
loss.
Might be 10-2 and locked out, I don't say obviously, but pretty much out of the SEC championship.
Which almost is, in a way, you're not penalized for losing the SEC championship.
You're right.
Because, I mean, does a 3-loss loser in the SEC championship get in over the 2-loss that's sitting and watching on the sidelines?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because they made it.
10-2 Miami. I'm not saying
What about
Miami
a bad loss? What if they get blown out?
It depends how bad. Because I remember Wisconsin.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. I mean, there's
because you remember there was that Wisconsin time. Wisconsin got killed by Ohio State in that Big Ten championship. That's been a few years.
It killed
they
them.
got slaughtered.
Yeah, and that killed them. But either way, we're going to take our next break, and when we come back, we're going to do the pick'ems for the college football seasons. You don't want to miss it because Jeff thinks he knows everything, and he doesn't. You're listening to the Sports Blitz at 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
In the game. Call or text us now on the Red 7T studio line. 850-215-6290.
ESPN, Northwest Florida.
Hello, this is Jenna.
Hey, Jenna, did you enter a contest to win tickets to watch the Jags play the Texans in Jacksonville this Sunday?
I did.
Well, guess what?
I guess I won.
You are a winner. You're going to go see the Jaguars.
Yay, that's so exciting. How random.
Have a great time at the game, Jenna, and keep listening for your chance to win tickets to see the Jacksonville Jaguars from 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
At Broad Lawn and Pest Control, we're proud to be awarded the distinction of being Quality Pro certified.
Our technicians have passed rigorous training in eco-friendly application and prevention of pest treatments.
Part of the program is the practice of integrated pest management.
IPM's goal is to prevent pests from ever entering your home. It includes inspection, prevention, education, and, when necessary, application.
We're proud to be Quality Pro certified.
Brock Lawn and Pest Control, the standard and level of trust.
Hi folks, it's Tracy with Tracy's Fine Jewelry and Coin and Bullion Reserves. Did you know that we do more than just sell some of the finest jewelry in town? We can engrave on your wedding band, locket, Yeti cup, or almost anything. Need your watch battery changed? We can do that too. Our expert will even evaluate your coin collection. And of course, we always pay top dollar for your old gold and silver jewelry. See, there's a lot more to Tracy's Fine Jewelry than a lot of pretty sparkly things. Come and see us today at Tracy's Fine Jewelry.
College Football Saturday on ESPN Radio. It's a top 10 showdown in the Big Ten. 6th-ranked Oregon travels to Happy Valley to face number 3 Penn State in the whiteout game.
One of the best atmospheres in all of college football. This is the best atmosphere.
We've played in good environments before. They described it as a good one.
Number 6 Oregon at 3rd-ranked Penn State.
Coverage starts Saturday at 6 on 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
If you build it, they will come. We're live from the CBC Construction Studios. The Sports Blitz.
Welcome home, baby.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
To the Sports Blitz here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Don't forget you can call in, you can text in on the Red 7T's phone line 850-215-6290. We are having a blast here on this hump day of Wednesday. We've got some pick'ems to do. We've been talking a lot about the SEC, and the thing is that realistically this year, it's becoming a I don't know type of year. You really don't know. You really can't come in and pick. We thought South Carolina was a contender. Now they're a pretender. We thought Mississippi State was probably the last or next to last worst team in the whole SEC. Guess what? Not so fast, my friend. So really, when you look at it, you don't really know this year. And Jeff, I'm going to give it to you, my friend. The reasoning is behind all of this parity is because of this NIL in the portal. It's definitely allowing the teams that used to be able to stack talent and have depth at every position. Now you don't see the depth anymore because these other teams that have money, they come out and they give money to these kids. Yeah. And it's like, you want to come play in the pros? We got this one and that one in the pros. Look at how good they're doing. But what about this $400,000 that I'm going to give you instead of that $200,000 that the Blue Bloods are going to give you? And you're probably going to sit the bench because they've got somebody else they're paying $800,000 that's playing your position. And that's the biggest key to all of this. So with all of that being said, Jeffrey, you pick our games this week. You know what we've got. So let's get this ball party started.
TCU at Arizona State. I'm taking Arizona State.
Oh, man.
I think me and you are aligned on this one. I'm going TCU.
Yes, give me the Horned Frogs. Sonny Dykes in the building.
I think they more than cover, too.
Oh, yeah.
It's only 3.5.
Yeah, well, not too bad. That game's at Arizona State?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Well, tell Scatterboo to stay with the Giants because he ain't playing this week for Arizona State. Let's go.
You know what? You know what happened in that stadium this week, huh?
What happened?
A funeral.
Oh, are you talking about
Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, it was in that stadium.
Do you think it's going to bring them good luck?
Good luck.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, Notre Dame and Arkansas.
Oh, man.
1-2 Notre Dame.
All right. You're a big proponent of Notre Dame. Go ahead and give us the pick.
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
I
boom.
got it. Who's bouncing back? Is Arkansas bouncing back?
Arkansas is bouncing back.
Wow. Whoa, big.
Wow. We only picked different twice last week. We've already done twice already.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm going Notre Dame. I think Marcus Freeman and them is going to do it. I don't think Arkansas is going to have it. Still, don't forget, I was the one that said Sam Pittman was going to lose his job this year, and I'm still holding fast to that. So, Bobby Petrino, get your head coaching shirt ready.
Wow. They'll be 2-3 if Arkansas loses.
Yeah.
Okay, Ohio State at Washington, the Huskies.
Oh, man.
The Huskies are 3-0.
Yeah.
I got Ohio State.
Okay.
I've got Washington in this upset. This is one of the bigger upsets I have this week.
Oh, wow.
You know,
you shocked me on that one.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, I'm not an Ohio State fan.
Me either.
However, I think traveling to Washington is going to be tough. That's, way out of their geographical location. There's one of their big travel games. They are undefeated, and I believe they've been playing pretty well. So I'm just going to go out on a limb, and I'm thinking an upset this week.
So what's the spread on that one?
8.5.
So 8.5 is the biggest spread of any of the 10 games we're picking.
Wow.
The biggest spread.
I think that game's probably not going to cover. I think it's going to be closer.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be a blowout. Watch it be a blowout, but I'm just saying I don't think it's going to be. But I'm going to take Ohio State for sure. Yeah. I think they're going to win.
Okay, everybody's going to pick the same on this one. LSU at Ole Miss.
LSU and Ole Miss. So, Brandon, you're going to go first on your pick. I'll go second. We'll let Jeff, because it's his team, go last.
Go Tigers.
Oh, man. Now, where's that game being played at?
At Oxford.
Oh, at Oxford.
Vaught Hemingway.
Okay, and we got a little bit of, social media, online stuff going on with the starting linebacker for the LSU Tigers is dating Lane Kiffin's daughter.
Oh.
So are we going to say get your popcorn ready again, or is Ole Miss going to come in there with Trinidad Chambliss, who has now been selected as a starting quarterback against the LSU Tigers? And you know what? Because of Trinidad, give me Ole Miss to beat and upset the LSU Tigers this year.
You took LSU?
I took LSU.
Yeah.
That's only a point and a half, isn't it?
Come on.
It's a point and a half.
Come
Smallest margin of a spread this whole week on these 10 games. I'm taking LSU. Lane Kiffin said take the over.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll listen to Lane Kiffin.
Yeah.
Don't trust that guy.
Lane Train.
This is the second LSU player that she's dated.
Yeah.
What they cooking over there in Baton Rouge?
I don't know.
But they're feeding that girl.
Let's move on. Well, did you pick LSU?
Obviously. Come on, man. I mean, my daughter.
Hold on, time out.
My money goes to Ole Miss and my heart goes to LSU.
Hold on, time out, though. You did pick against LSU. Let's just make that clear, right? Already this year.
It was the Clemson game, the season opener,
Yeah, so I guarantee you, fans, I want you to listen about Jeff. I guarantee you, somewhere in his closet or in his drawers, there is an orange Clemson shirt somewhere, or a pair of underwear, one of the two. Either way, let's move on.
Auburn at Texas A&M. I got Texas A&M.
All right.
Texas A&M.
Is this game being played at Jordan-Hare?
Nope.
No.
It's at
Sorry.
Texas A&M?
Yeah.
Okay, give me A&M for that one.
For sure.
It matters. The 12th man is pretty hard to play in.
Yeah, it is. Indiana at Iowa.
I underrated Indiana last week. I'm not going to do it again.
You're right about that.
They're gonna blow the doors off Iowa.
Yeah. Iowa can't score. I mean, they've been scoring more this year than they have been the last couple of years, but still, Indiana's going to be putting up 40-something points easy.
What about, how do you guys feel about Indiana's quarterback being put up as the Heisman Trophy leader at this point?
So it was by default because of Mateer's injury. Mateer was the highest odds, and then as soon as he got the wrist surgery, boom. Ferdinand Mendoza.
Yeah.
This is his first year at Indiana, so this head coach who came over from James Madison, right?
Yep.
You know what's funny? You know, we've been talking about people who beat somebody else and then went to go play for them. Well, now we can talk about a coach who did that because he was at Elon in North Carolina, and he beat James Madison. And what did James Madison do? They hired him.
Yeah.
They said, this guy can do it at Elon. He can do it up here at James Madison. And then he was doing it at James Madison because he was winning the Sun Belt probably 2 out of 3 years when he was down there. Now he's in Indiana killing it, and he's making the whole Big Ten kind of shiver in their shoes because they don't know what's about to happen in this conference because Indiana's there, and they're there to stay with a 63-10 win over Illinois. Well, I'm kind of going a little overboard, but the quarterback they brought in from Berkeley, this is a guy who got accepted to Yale. He had committed to Yale to play quarterback, and he decided, okay, he committed there, then he decommitted, went to Cal Berkeley. This is a smart kid.
Yeah, he's super smart.
And they got him to go to Indiana, and he's killing it.
Yeah, I mean, he's got 14 touchdowns, no interceptions on the year now. They're not asking him to do as much as a lot of the other quarterbacks that are up there in that Heisman talk. But I mean, with those numbers, I mean, they look.
And guess where he's from?
76.8 completion percent.
Guess where he's from?
Louisiana?
Miami, Florida.
Oh,
Boom.
Man. Wow. Could we see a transfer to Miami very soon coming to a football college next
Oh,
to
my
you?
God. Can you imagine like 3 quarterbacks on a row, the Miami Hurricanes? Transfer?
Yeah.
But he's not transferring out because that coach is good.
That coach, yeah, but guess what?
Signetti's good.
Yeah, but guess what's going to happen with Signetti? Go ahead and call it. He's going to go to one of these bigger schools, one of these bigger markets.
Which one now?
He could go to Florida or he could go to Clemson whenever it happens. Think about it. Just something to chew on.
Or Virginia Tech, because he used to be in that area with James Madison.
So think about this real quick. Ginger Godwin, one of our milestone listeners, she says Auburn is going to win. So there you go.
Ooh. I can't remember the Texas A&M stadium name. It's not some field.
I don't know.
Kyle Field.
It's
That's
Kyle
it.
Field.
Okay, Tennessee at Mississippi State. I'm taking Tennessee.
Go Vols.
I'm taking Tennessee.
Okay, Oregon at Penn State.
Ooh, that's a big one.
I got Oregon.
It's a wide out. Penn State.
I don't care. I'm taking Oregon. Give me the Ducks at Happy Valley because they're going to be so happy when it's over with.
I'm going to take Penn State.
Yeah.
Ooh.
The thing is
Are you taking Penn State?
The thing is that when you look at that wideout, when you look at James Franklin and this team, when you see Drew Aller, he has something to prove this year. The defense is stacked. They're playing. They got a lot of returners coming on. It's going to be at night at Penn State, all white. Give me Penn State for the win.
James Franklin's been known not to win the big games. I think this is a huge game for him. He needs it for his legacy, no doubt.
All right, Alabama, Georgia. Everybody's taking Georgia, right?
Go ahead.
I got Georgia.
All right.
I got Georgia.
What's y'all scores on that?
Oh, God. I'm going to say 27-26.
27-26?
Ooh. Okay.
Why? You think it'd be more?
No, I mean, dude. I mean, maybe. I think those defenses are going to be play better than they did, a couple weekends ago when we scored.
Well, how about when they played each other last year?
Points.
Because it wasn't like 40-34 or something crazy.
41-34.
Yeah, a lot of player turnover, so it's hard to compare from years to years as such.
They were moving the ball. Georgia's moving the ball, and then Bama was moving the ball the whole second half.
It'll be a rock'em sock'em game. It'll be a 1 touchdown game, no matter what the score is. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got Bama?
I got Bama.
No, I'm so sorry.
I'm telling you what. Let me tell you this about Alabama, though. If they show up and have the intensity and they're able to bring back Jam Miller and run the football this week, you're going to see a team that has a running game. That's something we haven't had. He's back. Him and Tim Keenan's back. So we got a defensive lineman back that hadn't played all year. Jam Miller hasn't played all year. When you look at this Alabama team, they're going to be a different squad with those two guys in there because those players make a difference. They make a difference. So give me Alabama. I'm going to be excited about it.
By the way, Georgia has a 33-game win streak at home. Current.
Understand? That's fine.
Records are broken. But I'm still picking Georgia. Okay, here's the second hardest game for me to pick. And it's not a big game, but Kentucky at South Carolina. I got South Carolina.
Yeah, I've got South Carolina.
Yeah, I've got South Carolina. I don't understand your philosophy about that. No, I ain't no brushing off, nothing. No. Kentucky is stagnant with their offensive performance. I don't think.
How long does Bob Stoops have up there?
No, not Bob.
Mark
Stoops.
It won't be long. He'll be gone after this year. But either way, when you look at Mark Stoops and that team, they're gonna give Lenore Sanders some looks. But Lenore Sanders is going to be athletic. He's going to do the things that he does well. And Kentucky's going to get in a hole, and they're not going to be able to recover because the quarterback position is just not very strong with them right now.
Sellers had some good numbers last week, but lost.
Yeah. So that's
South Carolina doesn't have a defense.
Missouri got 29. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's average.
Missouri's good, though.
Missouri's good, well coached.
Yeah. Well,
Who we got? Somebody saying something?
Yeah. So Christopher Multiconte said C.J. Bailey will be Miami's quarterback next year. So just so you know.
Is he currently on the roster?
No.
Okay.
No, he's the quarterback that's at Houston.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then
he's doing good. They put away Colorado in that game.
And then I got some love there. Hey, Paul, you are right about the NIL. There is more parity all around, especially in the SEC, and love the New York Yankee jersey. Thank you.
God.
I appreciate it.
Now, I'm going to say this about it. I like the way his looks, but yours looks more comfortable.
It's probably my muscles. But either way.
I don't even think about how much that one costs because it's not the Nike swoosh. It's just it looks expensive.
All right. Well, with that being said, we've done it. The show is over. Hump Day is done. Go get yourselves a nice cold beverage and something good to eat. You've been listening to the Sports Blitz here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We will see you back tomorrow. Thank you, guys.
Weather in the Panhandle never stops. Turn to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast.
Up to the minute weather reports all day long.
A chance of thunderstorms and moderate rain.
In-depth storm coverage.